Two student journalists, Sophia Lombardi and Megan Molia, decided to visit the San Diego Humane Society. The part humane comes from the English word origin human and is used in their name to show that they treat all of their animals fairly as if they were human. The Humane Society rescues a wide variety of animals that are now available for adoption. My partner and I were lucky enough to meet some of these animals who are waiting and hoping for a second chance at finding a home. During our visit, we were able to meet a few animals that the Society has rescued, treated, and nourished. The first animal we met was a little kitten by the name of Stormfly.
She came into the nursery when she was under 2 weeks old and she had her eyes closed. And over time we noticed she was vomiting after she was eating her wet food. So the vet staff did some x-rays on her and they found out she has a condition called Megan&Esophagus. So her esophagus extends down into her stomach. So when we were feeding her after feeding times, we would have to hold her upright to make sure everything would go down and process correctly unless she lives that long. So she's used to being held and loved, so after we would feed her, we would hold her like this so that the esophagus into the stomach would keep her upright like this until it would go all the way down and it would get processed in there so that she wouldn't vomit it back up. And she's been doing really good. We've gotten her to the point where you can see now we just put her food in a hanging bowl so that she has to kind of stand up to eat, and then we just monitor her for about 20 minutes after she eats to make sure that she's not regurgitating anything back, and she's been doing really good. So she's ready to go to a home with a special family that can kind of just keep an eye on her.
Many animals get adopted and find new families. However, the animals who have been waiting for the longest for homes is the reason why so many people adopt from shelters. Meet Zeus, a male terrier cross that is looking for a home. While shy when first meeting new people, adopters will soon find out that Zeus has a spunky and entertaining personality. Whenever an animal is adopted from a shelter, it is both exciting and happy for employees. However, it is truly heartwarming when older animals from shelters that have been overlooked by many families finally get adopted. While we were there, we asked the education manager, Amelia Curtis, a few questions about the shelter.
Animals that come to us that don't have a name, we'll want to give names for them. So that means we have a lot of brainstorming to do. So we have to think of as many names as possible. Our kitten nursery gets in thousands of kittens each year, so we have to think of all of those names on our own. Sometimes at our summer camp, we'll make it a contest or a game for kids to think of names for us, and then we put them into a book and we refer to the names in the book. Right, one of the things we do here to help adopters decide what animal will be best for them in their home is we give a color to each animal as they come in and we determine their personality. So here you can see we have purple, blue, and orange, and they all stand for different things. So purple means that Monique is really easygoing and laid back. Blue means that Powder is a little bit bashful and shy, and so might need a little bit more coaxing to kind of get used to his family and his new home. And then Zelda here is feisty and very playful, so probably would do well with kids and in a home that has a lot of energy in it. So we had a cat a few years ago that came into our shelter, and it was around the holiday season, and we scanned that back of her neck for the microchip, and she had one. When we looked her up in the system, we found her family and we called them, and they were completely surprised because she had been missing for over 7 years and she was from Arizona. So they never thought they were going to get their pet back, and somehow she made it all the way to San Diego and ended up in our shelter. So we put her on a plane and we flew her home just in time for the holidays. So that was a really special, heartwarming story that I think shows some of the other things that we do here to help people in our community and reunite them with their pets and help them bond with their animals.
This has been Megan and Sophia giving you a positively good look on the San Diego Humane Society.